I don't ever want to forget what I had to do to get to where I'm at. My goal after all of this, even beyond fighting, is to make the journey easier for other people than what it was for me, you know. My preparation.
I smell the dirt.
I know what I'm good at, and by now, with the amount of fights I've had, other people know what I'm good at as well. I want them to be prepared for what they already know I'm going to do, but I want to do it so well that it doesn't matter how prepared they are. I'm a big kicker. Everyone knows that I kick, but I guarantee you're not going to be able to stop them. You know, that's always been my attitude, is like, I want to have one submission and know that I'm going to hit that submission no matter how hard they try to defend it. If I'm confident in what I can do, it doesn't matter what they're coming out with. Ever since I was a kid, like, I knew that I was going to do something really great. Like, maybe fighting isn't that great thing. Maybe fighting is what's going to put me in the position where I can make a real change for other people.
Jessy didn't have the influence of martial arts or anything around her whole childhood. The first I heard that she was actually doing it seriously is she came back to her hometown in Innisfail. It was just an amateur kickboxing fight, and that's the first time I realised that she was actually serious about anything in life. But yeah, she was very, very serious, obviously, and from then, sky's been the limit.
My first MMA fight was at the end of 2012, and I still had never grappled because it didn't like, well, that's gross. I didn't like jiu-jitsu. I don't like being touched by people, you know, and I was trying to do a little bit. My coach at the time was trying to force me to do gi, and I just hated it so much. And I was like, no, I can fight MMA without it. And then I had my first MMA fight and won because of my wrestling, and which I wasn't training. And then I kind of realized that I needed to do it, and it was very important. I started really late, like I've only been fighting for 5 years.
And if I start to go here, you can come to the front.
Oh shit.
You can punch me in the face. Oh, that's good. Here. You know, all that stuff. Here. Yeah, I'm pinned.
Yeah.
Okay? If you don't have these pinned, if you're up and you're like sometimes doing this stuff and you start to move around.
Yeah. That's what's happening.
Easy.
Yeah.
You gotta be lower and control this point here on those kind of people. You know, a jab is the easiest punch throw in the book. But if you don't know how to time it right, you're never gonna land it. You gotta learn how to time and move and feint and all that stuff. The same shit on the ground. It's feinting, moving, you know, faking them out.
I give certain sets of speeches to different kinds of individuals, and hers was, listen, you know, if you stay here and commit your all and do what you need to do and follow this path that I think we can lay out together and make the steps we need, we'll get you where you want to be, which was the UFC. We'll get you to the big show. Saw that a mile away, you know, saw that she had that potential from day one.
I've like crammed so much into such a short time frame that it doesn't even seem real to me that I've progressed in that way, because it doesn't feel like I've ever stopped. It's weird. I don't understand. Through my career, like, it's only been such a short career, but it feels like it's been forever, you know, like I haven't been close to giving up on it. I haven't wanted to give up on it, but it's been really hard to see the light at the end of the tunnel. And the only thing that kind of kept me coming back or kept me pushing was just the fact that I love what I do, you know, and I had faith that the things that I am working towards will happen. But there 100% have been moments where that hasn't been clear. Like, there have been times where I've literally had negative balances in my bank account and $2 in my wallet, you know, and been trying to figure out where I was going to sleep that night. I've been very fortunate to have met the people that I've met and to be comfortable with being uncomfortable. When I went through the most recent domestic violence incident with my ex-partner, I was working at a supplement shop, and a guy that I was working with at the supplement shop opened the store for me, and I slept in the supplement shop with my cat for 4 nights until I could scrounge together the money to send my cat to go live with my mum, you know. So if it wasn't for these just random people who've popped up whenever I've been super in need, like, it would have been a lot harder to keep doing what I'm doing. My journey.
We ask that you try it, just at least your fight kit and the bra and stuff on, so there is a restroom right here behind us. And then if you want to try this on too, just to make sure that everything fits okay, and then we'll go from there.
I asked her after that first fight in Innisfail, I said, "You didn't even look nervous in the least." And she goes, "I'm not." She goes, "I'm pumped." She goes, "I'm just excited. I don't feel nervous in the least." And I think if she was nervous, I might feel more nervous. But she never appears to be. And it's pretty evident, like, when she walks out and she's just, there's no airs and graces or toughness. She's happy to be here.
My mum raised 6 of us kids on her own. Right, my dad was in and out. He wasn't around that much, and she did it all on her own. She's died twice in childbirth. You know, she's had multiple strokes when I was a kid. She was a single parent living on a single parent pension because she had 6 kids. She couldn't go to work. She gave up her career to have me. I was her first. And then even once my younger brother was old enough to kind of be on his own, she stopped being a full-time mum because we all kind of moved away, and she went into age disability care, and now she cares for the elderly. She's just a mum. She's a mum to everyone. And a couple of years ago in 2015, actually it was the day before I flew out for my fight in Japan, she called me and said that she'd just been diagnosed with vascular dementia, which is a really severe form of dementia, and they'd given her like only a few years of still being lucid and able to retain information. Ever since then, kind of anytime I'm like, man, my life's really tough, or like this is really hard, or anytime I'm starting to feel down or dejected about what I'm doing or where I'm at, or maybe something that I don't have, like I remember her. And like, she still goes to work every single day to care for people who have the same disease that she has. She raised me to be a strong individual. She raised me to believe in myself and to always go after what I want. So I feel like if you can't sit here and honestly say when things are really hard, if you can't sit here and go, I still want to do this because I love it, then you should be doing something else. It took me 28 years to realize that. Yeah, I'm 30. I've only just realized it, and it's blown my mind since the day I did.
This week is pretty much just weight cut week, and just said all the preparations already done, all the stuff for the fight's done. It's just keeping mentally sharp, you know, physically sharp at what level we can.
I'm ready.
Just go in, I know, go in and get it done. But yeah, the last day is just tub, sauna, whatever, you know, whatever we gotta do, move around a little bit, get some sweat. But yeah, that's the.
No, it's not that bad. The last one was bad, but this one, we prepared a lot further out, yeah. So
we're in a better place for this one.
Honestly, on Thursday night, it just really depends on how we're going. Like, for Paige, we went like 15 hours straight, all through the night. I think we had an hour off at like 3 a.m. and then started again, so.
I wasn't running that weight cut.
This one won't be like that, but it's pretty much we just go until we go, all right, it's time for a break, but try and get as much off on Thursday night as possible. A lot of my journey has had such a negative cloud looming over it, but if things hadn't happened the way they did, I wouldn't have moved to Las Vegas. If I didn't move to Las Vegas, I wouldn't still be fighting. If I wasn't still fighting, I wouldn't be in the UFC. From the day I decided that I wanted to fight, before I had my first kickboxing fight, the one image that I always had in my head was walking out and seeing my name up in huge lights and hearing the crowd on either side of me just screaming.
Especially in the UFC Sydney, when she walked out, she had this big smile on her face like no one could have wiped it out. I asked her later how she was feeling, why the big smile, and she said, because I made it, Mum. I made it.
It was just that one moment, just that walkout, knowing that people wanted to see me there, you know, and like knowing that that was where I deserved to be. And I got it, you know, I got it last year, and it was such a big thing for me, and it was like, that was my little you to my ex. That was my you to every coach who told me what to do or told me who I needed to be and tried to put me in this box. It was you to everyone. I don't think anything will ever top it, and I'm always chasing that feeling again, you know, because I have not dreams, because dreams are made up bullshit, you know. I have goals. I have these goals of everywhere that I want to go from here. But that was number one. That was the one thing that I wanted to happen. And even if that had to happen and nothing happened beyond that, like, I hit that man. And that was like, if you see the video of me walking out, you can see it. Like, I was like this. I was like trying to smile and then trying not to cry and then going, I gotta fight right now. Stop crying. This is insane. But like, I did it and I got there and I'm here.
And 29-28 for the winner by unanimous decision, Jessica
My fight. Four days after the fight, I went back to training and went straight back into sparring. All I could do is just fix what went wrong and acknowledge what the issues are and make sure it doesn't happen again. On fight night, you know, it was same as fight week. Like, it was really weird. I felt more athletic. I felt more energetic than I think I've ever felt before a fight. You know, I was out the back in the warm-up room and just had my headphones in and was, you know, listening to some good music, and I could feel everything. You know, I felt so loose and technical, and it was incredible. I've never felt that good before a fight ever, but something happened. I don't know if it happened, you know, before I walked out. I don't know if it happened during my walkout. I don't know if it happened when I got in the cage, but it was like my mind just switched off and my body went into autopilot. I've watched it a bunch of times, and every time I watch it, I just get madder and madder and madder. When I can figure out how to switch that on, you know, on command, and how to be completely conscious in that fight, that's gonna be a really scary thing. All I can do is come back and keep working. You know, this is my job. I have a goal. I have things I still need to do, and I'm not gonna waste time. I wouldn't trade my life for anything. Every single tear that I cried inside and outside of the gym, like every injury, every hospitalization, like every day I spent living in my car, you know, it all led me to be where I am right now. I am right now is beautiful. Like all I have to do is train. I just get to train and fight. I get to meet really cool people. I get to do really cool things. I get to go to events. I get to talk to people. I get to be on camera. I get to, I've made incredible friends. Like, I've got an amazing family at the gym. I got my family back home who, like, knowing that they're proud of me means more than anything. And I just, like, I wouldn't give it up for anything. I just, even losing this fight just solidified it for me a little bit more. And I know, like, I may only fight for another 2 years, but there's so much about this lifestyle and about this sport and about the people that are involved in it that I'll never leave it, ever. Like, this is all that I am. That's it. I am Jessica Rose Clark.